Hi, I'm Will Howard, and I want to thank everybody that's given me feedback. I've heard a lot of you about our cooking show that we did for Talbot County, and decided that that's really what you'd like to see. So we're going to do some tours of some restaurants, and we're opening today with Rosario de Pasquale at Portofino. Come on in. And your assistant's going to be joining us? Juan? Nice to meet you. Now tell me, what is the #1 favorite dish served here?
The one that is most requested is the zuppa di pesce alla Portofino, which is a combination of shrimp, clams, mussels, and scallops. It's all sauteed in a white cream sauce and served over fresh homemade pastas.
Now, we've had that here, and it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
It is. We sell quite a bit of it. You know, it's a very popular dish where I come from in Portofino, Italy, and so we made it our official dish of the restaurant.
Okay, good. So you learned actually this in Portofino, Italy?
Well, I learned it in culinary school in Genoa, which is the main city where the culinary school is, and he was very popular then, and he's very popular in here. So as long as people keep on eating it, I'm not taking it off the menu.
Let's get started. Okay, go ahead.
All right, here we have a combination of the 4 seafoods, the scallop, the shrimp, the clams, and the mussels, and a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And now what we're going to start doing is sauteing, get it nice and golden, and at which point we will add a little bit of cream, and we got to wait until the cream thickens. And then we add, a lot of people like to use cilantro. You can use either cilantro or fresh basil. Add it, and then when it's all nice and tight, you boil your pasta, and you are ready to serve it and out the door.
Okay, good.
So it's a very simple dish. Anybody can do this at home. You can pretty much determine when your scallops are getting a little bit golden and your shrimp are pink, that it's semi-ready to be taken the next step, adding some of the cream. The pots usually get a little bit colored. It's almost like a caramel color. And in about 30 seconds, I'll be able to continue on with the dish, which my assistant has provided nicely. And this is just a regular heavy cream. And now it's going to simmer for about 7 or 8 minutes until the cream gets a little bit thicker, and then I'm going to add my fresh basil, and then we'll take care of the pasta.
So the pasta, how long does the pasta take to cook?
The pasta normally, if you want it al dente, may take 7 to 9 minutes. You can pre-cook it ahead of time and then just warm it up. It depends how much. You know.
Now, how do you buy this in this condition? Do you make it?
Some of the pasta I make, the lasagna, the pappardelle, the fettuccine, the linguine, and the angel hair have a tendency to split. So in order to make fresh homemade pastas that thin, like the angel hair, it's a pain in the neck, quite frankly. So I don't make them. And so when I advertise pasta, I make my own lasagna, fettuccine, pappardelle, but not. I can make the gnocchi, the raviolis, the tortellini, but not the thin, stringy pasta, because it would break a lot. All right, as you can see, it's bubbling, but it's still not quite as thick as it should be. So we're gonna give that another minute. Okay, the dinner is almost ready.
Looks wonderful.
I'm making, well, it smells good, and like I said, people seem to enjoy it. And so now we have the pasta, which is ready to be thrown into the sauce.
Wow, that looks great.
And thank you, Juanito. All right.
So really for the sauce, you only had a couple of ingredients, right?
A couple of ingredients, just the cream, A lot of people like to put a little bit of garlic, which is optional. Different people, but just the cream, a little bit of garlic, and the basil, and all the seafood. It's very simple, good-looking meal, and this is what the finished product looks like.
Wow, that's fabulous.
And too bad I had lunch, or else I'll be eating it, but you guys are welcome to taste it.
Wonderful. Now, what would be a good appetizer with this?
A good appetizer, if you are in a mood for, in Italy, of course, having grown up in Italy, we would have some pasta as an appetizer. My favorite is the homemade pesto. We make pesto with pine nuts and Parmesan cheese and fresh basil, a little pecorino romano, and garlic and olive oil. And the fresh homemade pasta gets swirled into that pesto, and it gives it a great appetizer, Italian style. Or if you feel like a cold, you could have some mozzarella alla caprese. We're coming into the season where the tomatoes are fresh. And basically what you do is you slice a tomato, and then you put some mozzarella on top, and you repeat that 3 times. So it becomes a miniature Leaning Tower of Pisa. And then you put fresh basil and a little bit of balsamic reduction. And it's very good looking, and it's full of flavor. So, and all you need is fresh basil, mozzarella, and tomato, and that is what is called a mozzarella alla caprese, because he originated in Capri, Italy, which is a little island off of the Gulf, the Amalfi Coast.
Do we have time to make one of those?
Do we have time?
The pesto?
The pesto, of course.
Yes, okay.
All right.
We just put that over there.
Whatever, there you go.
Okay, first of all, tell me, what is pesto?
Pesto is something that originated in my region within Italy. Is a typical, they call it Genoa green sauce, also known as pesto. The ingredients are very simple, anybody can make it. Get some fresh basil and you throw it in a blender. They use a little pecorino romano as well, because it's a little bit saltier. And once you blend it all, some people like to put a touch of cream in it. I don't. It's a creamy or non-creamy pesto, and here you have a green sauce. I remember coming to America the first time, and people said, wow, green sauce. We have never had it. And once they had it, they loved it. It's a very lean, not too much fat in this, and the fresh homemade pasta complements it very well. So I can make pesto in approximately 10 minutes, and fresh homemade pasta, it's a little bit longer, but it's okay. And we sell quite a bit. A lot of people like a half an order as an appetizer, or they make it a full meal, and they take advantage of the special that Portofino offers, which is the bread, the salad, the pasta, and a soda, and it's $15.95. And we sell quite a bit of this. God bless.
So let's see what you're going to do with this.
All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it here, but the typical dish is fettuccine with pesto. And
so when did you make that?
I made it this afternoon. I made the pasta sheets, and then I cut them by hand. Not 2 of them look alike, but that's the beauty of fresh homemade pasta.
Yeah,
people, if they all look identical, they're not homemade. They're probably bought and the machine cut them. This is kind of different than this size and width, but that's the beauty. I cut them by hand, and they are fresh. Here is your fettuccine with pesto, and we finish it off with a generous sprinkle of Parmigiano, fresh grated, and there you have it. Fettuccine al pesto.
Looks wonderful.
It is.
Now, Rosario, I've heard the myth that you test pasta by throwing it up against a wall to see if it sticks, and that says it's done. Now, I see your walls are pretty clean here, so I don't think you do that.
No, actually, the way people gauge it is when you go to the culinary school, they teach you how to cook pasta al dente. There's a lot of people that like it super well done, to the point that it's almost like a little pot of thing, and you don't know what you're eating. But for the better part, what I do in order to recognize whether, well, I know, for instance, that the hard semolina pasta in 9 minutes it will be al dente, but I don't even do that anymore. What I do is I put this in hot water, and now it will cook for approximately 5 or 6 minutes, and then supposedly is al dente. But to really know when the pasta is ready,
Well, this is pre-cooked pasta, right?
This is already pre-cooked, yes, and it was al dente. And then what I do is this, being pre-cooked. But nevertheless, if you're cooking pasta at home and you do this, and the pasta will split on you, that means that it's cooked to perfection. And it will take you roughly 7 or 8 minutes. And you have this, and while you cook your pasta, you can make your sauce, and then you have pasta and sauce ready. In about 10 minutes, you have a homemade meal.
Tell me, what is your favorite dessert, or what's a dessert you can fix and show people?
My favorite dessert to make is a tiramisu, which is lady's fingers dipped in espresso, and you use fresh mascarpone, chocolate shavings. It's a dessert that needs not cooking. Once you're done, you stack it 2 or 3 stacks high, and then it's chilled, and that's how you serve it.
Why don't we'll take a short break, and then
absolutely,
and we'll come back and we'll take a look at that, and then maybe one other dessert.
All right.
Okay.
Why don't you guys eat this?
You're
please?
watching MCTV. We'll be right back.
Enjoy the zuppa di pesce, my favorite. I have a nice Pinot Grigio from Italy that would go very, very well.
Oh, good.
With the seafood. So why don't I give you a half a glass, because you're still working, and please enjoy it with the zuppa.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very, very welcome.
Hand it to me. Thank you. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. Okay, we're back with Rosario at Portofino's restaurant, back in the kitchen, someplace you really can't go, but we're here today with MCTV. Tell me the secret of your desserts.
Well, I had to pick some of the most popular desserts, and obviously the most recognizable would be the Italian tiramisu. And then here I have a frutti di bosco, and here I am preparing a cannoli, which most people know what it is. It's a little hard shell, and then you get your cannoli cream.
What's in the cannoli cream?
In the cannoli cream is mascarpone cheese, which is a sweeter kind of cream, and chocolate chips, and people that have never had it love it, and people that have had it once, they probably had it a lot more time. And so this is how we serve our cannoli, with a little powdered sugar. Most of the desserts will get the powdered sugar. This is the frutti di bosco, is a fresh fruit tart with custard. And this is another dessert that needs no baking. And you have a pie shell and the cream, which is a vanilla custard. And then you top it with any berry. In my case, I use raspberries, blackberries, and cranberries. And then it's served with whipped cream and fresh powdered sugar.
Now, do you make this right here?
Yes, I do. One, not the shell, the mascarpone filling, this, and the tiramisu. Tiramisu is typical. It originated in the north part of Italy, and it's lady's fingers, which are soaked with espresso coffee, and then mascarpone cheese and chocolate shaving. And you can do 1, 2, 3 layers, and then once it's all done, you've got to repeat the process 3 times, then you chill it, and then it's ready to be served. So this is a typical tiramisu.
This is Will Howard, off to another great Talbot County restaurant, signing out with Rosario at Portofino.